Desde solo el cuadro o la
Ahí arribita dice, más arribita, ahí dice.
look at the title of the article. Select what you think overfishing refers to. There are multiple correct answers.
Ya, el título, por favor, Dianita, siga. Overfishing.
Overfishing, then meaning of ocean life.
Okay, so the idea is, this reading is overfishing about, ¿no? Sobre pesca o el exceso de pesca. Okay, so overfishing is la sobrepesca. The enemy of the ocean life. El enemigo de la vida del océano. ¿A qué se refiere? Ok, Emily Armas, siga. Letter A, Armas.
Fish are caught before their eye fully grown.
Letter B.
Eating fish that are too high in protein can have serious effects. So many adult fish are harvested that there are not enough left to reproduce.
D.
When fishing is done irresponsibly, it endangers wildlife.
D.
Fishing provides a great food source for developing countries.
Thank you, Miss Emily. Ya, mire el título, dice arriba. Seleccione lo que usted piensa que es overfishing. ¿A qué se refiere? There are multiple correct answers. Hay muchas respuestas de pronto, ¿no? A. Fish are caught before they are fully grown. Los pescados son atrapados antes de que crezcan. Usted sabe esto de la flota china, flota pesquera china, ¿no? En las noticias se ve que dice, vienen más o menos en la época de agosto, creo que es. Sí. Vienen con tremendos barcos y van llevando todo el pescado sería de la zona internacional, de aguas internacionales, cerca a Galápagos, ¿cierto? Y imagínense que vengan con esas con esas naves enormes, ¿no? Y se van llevando pescado. Y se van llevando todo lo que puede arrastrar la red, ¿no? Dice, eating fish that are too high in protein can have serious effects. La letra B, ¿no? Nada que ver. Sí, so many adult fish are harvested that are not enough left to reproduce. Puede ser, mire, muchos pescados adultos son llevados, ¿no? Y no habría pues suficiente reproducción, ¿no es cierto? Se van llevando el pescado adulto, pues y ya no hay reproducción, ya no hay nuevo pescado. When fishing is done irresponsible, it endangers wildlife. Cuando la pesca es hecha irresponsablemente, se pone en peligro, ¿no? el hábitat. Fishing provides a great food source for developing countries. Eso ya sabemos, ¿no? ¿Cuál encerraríamos? Camila Astudillo. A, B, C, D o E. Dígame usted.
D.
B. Eating fish are too high. La letra
D.
B. Ah, D. Sorry. D. When fishing is done irresponsible. Correcto. Encerramos la letra D en su libro. Marque, por favor. ¿Qué le parece la letra A, Camila? ¿También sería? Son atrapados antes de que crezcan, dice.
¿Sí?
Sí, pongámoslo entonces. Encierre la letra A. ¿Qué le parece la C, Camila? Que los pescados adultos son llevados o se van llevando y ya no hay suficientes para que se reproduzcan.
Puede ser.
Sí, pongámosle la Z. Y luego luego vemos si es que hemos hecho lo correcto, ¿no? ¿Ya? de acuerdo a la lectura. Entonces pasamos a la lectura. Dice, next, first paragraph. Ok, Camila. Daniela, siga. Today, siga. Daniela.
Today, the biggest threat to marine life of overfinished scientists predict to understandable fish practice will cause the world's sinful supply to run off by 2048. Only through the delayed measures can these diseases be avoided.
Thank you, Miss. Okay, now let's listen to the audio. Just a minute. Let's share the sound. Otherwise, you cannot listen to it. Yeah, now listen to it. It says,
Overfishing, the enemy of ocean life. Today, the biggest threat to marine life is overfishing. Scientists predict that unsustainable fishing practices will cause the world's seafood supply to run out by 2048. Only through deliberate measures can this disaster be avoided.
okay. So you see, threat, no? La amenaza. The biggest threat to marine life is overfishing. Sí, la sobrepesca. Scientists predict that unsustainable fishing practices will cause the world's seafood supply to run out. Entonces, mire, run out. Aquí mire, run out. Es quedarse sin, ¿no? Desaparecer. Run out by 2048. Se supone que desaparecerá por el 2048. Only through deliberate measures can this disaster be avoided. Entonces imagínense que venga esta flota china, ¿no? Acá a Galápagos. Dentro de las 200 millas hacia mar adentro. Y se van llevando todo, ¿no? Y nadie dice nada. Entonces, no podemos decir nada. ¿Listo? Next paragraph. Me va a ayudar Alanis Carrera. ¿Lista? Alanis. Alanis, sigue. Over 3. Alanis. Me ayuda Leslie Carrillo. Siga, Leslie. Leslie Carrillo. No. Entonces me ayuda Leslie Chipuxi.
Eso, perfecto.
Leslie Carrillo.
Sí.
Ah, ya, sí ha estado. A ver, niña, Leslie Carrillo. Sigue. Over 3.
Over 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered by water, yet many underwater species are becoming increasingly rare.
Okay.
The Food and Ag- ah,
Agriculture. Ah,
no, me iba a decir algo, perdón. Agriculture Organization of United Nations estimates that more than 70% of world's fish stocks have reached dangerously low numbers or are already depleted. This is due to phenomenon called biological overfishing, which comes in the three forms: growth, recruit, and ecosystems.
Ok, muy bien, niña Leslie Carrillo. Now, listen to it.
Over 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered by water, yet many underwater species are becoming increasingly rare. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations estimates that more than 70% of the world's fish stocks have reached dangerously low numbers or are already depleted. This is due to a phenomenon called biological overfishing, which comes in three forms: growth, recruit, and ecosystem.
Okay, so you notice the information you already know. For example, this This is the world, no? This is the planet. So what does it say? 3/4, no? You divide. Señor Porras, llega recién. No puedo dejar de ingresar Porras, pero no sé si estuvo aquí. Dejémosle ingresar. Ya, entonces tenemos, mire, 3/4, what's the idea 3/4? You have the Earth, el planeta Tierra. There you have, no? Earth, la Tierra. So you say 3/4. So this is number 1, number 2, and number 3, no? Number 3. So 3/4 surface, Earth surface is covered by what? Los 3/4, 1, 2, 3/4, cubierto de agua, ¿no? Y solamente 1/4 es tierra. So, yet many underwater species are becoming increasingly rare. The Food and Agriculture Organizations of the United Nations estimate that more than 70% of the world's fish stocks have reached dangerously low numbers. El 70% de la especie marina, ¿no?, ha llegado a la reducción, o sea, de todo el porcentaje, el 70%, miren. O sea, que queda un 30%. This is due to a phenomenon called biological overfishing. La pesca biológica, which comes in 3 forms: growth, recruit, and ecosystem. So you have the word biological overfishing. What is that? You say growth, recruit, and ecosystem. Okay, don't forget that. Next, me ayuda la señorita. Sería Chipuxi Leslie, ¿no? Vamos, niña Chipuxi Leslie. ¿Sí está?
Present.
Ya, permítame, niña. Siguiente párrafo. Ahí vamos, sí.
Growth over fish occurs when fish are harvested before coming mature. Because of the smaller size of the young fish, fishermen have to catch more to achieve their goal.
Ok.
Moreover, when too many adult fish are caught, the reproduction of the
Species. Ajá, species.
in likewise they are tenet. This is
Stricten. Ajá.
referred to as record overfishing. The thing
Kind.
is verbs the word ecosystem overfishing. In the extreme cases, fishing challenge a region's entire wildlife distribution. Of
Okay.
example,
Poisonous. Poisonous.
oceans, jellyfish have experienced a recent popular explosion in some oceans because they no longer face competition from predators.
Predators. Ok. Excelente, niña Leslie. Okay. So you see, growth overfishing. Growth overfishing. El crecimiento de la sobrepesca, ¿no? Occurs when fish are harvested before becoming mature. Ahí es el problema, ¿no? Se lo hace antes de que el pescado, pues, ¿no? En forma general, madure, mature. Because of the smaller size of the young fish, el tamaño pequeño del pescado, fishermen have to catch more to achieve their goal weight. Claro. Tiene que siga, Carrillo, Leslie, siga. Yeah, so you see, the smaller size of the young fish, los pequeños pescados, ¿no? Los de menor tamaño o los jóvenes serían, ¿no? Fishermen have to catch more to achieve the goal weight. Si están pequeños, entonces, ¿qué debe hacer el pescador? Digamos, pescar en gran cantidad para que el peso sea igual que pescar los grandes, ¿no? Entonces, imagínense, se va restando, ¿no? Va mermando. Moreover, when too many adult fish are caught, cuando pescado adulto es atrapado, the reproduction of the species is likewise threatened. Es una amenaza también. This is referred to as recruit overfishing. The third kind is perhaps the worst. El tercer tipo quizás es la peor. Ecosystem overfishing. In extreme cases, en casos extremos, fishing changes a region's entire wildlife distribution. Fishing changes a region's entire wildlife distribution. Cambia toda la región, ¿no? For example, poisonous jellyfish have experienced a recent population explosion in some oceans because they no longer face competition from predators. Entonces, como ya no hay, por ejemplo, tiburones, ¿no? Si ya no hay tiburones, pues ya nos, todo eso, hablemos de material carroñoso, hablemos, ¿no? Los tiburones se encargan de hacer la limpieza de todo este material, ¿no? Pescado muerto, ¿no? Los tiburones se lo devoran. Entonces, como ahorita ya no hay esos tiburones, ¿no? Imagínense, todo esto dice, los poisonous jellyfish, este pescado que tiene veneno, ¿no? Ha crecido entonces en los océanos. Entonces es peligroso, ¿no? Ok, me ayuda Córdoba Ámbar. ¿Córdoba?
Present.
Ok, niña Córdoba, permítame un ratito, salimos de aquí. Vamos por acá, ya. Dice, overfishing, sigue.
Overfish adds severe consequences for humans too. In Africa, the decline of fish can now for 18 disease causing insects has been linked to an increased incidence of linnets.
There
There are also economical disadvantages like using in Newfoundland, Canada, cod fish was the main trade in this province. But in
1992.
1992, fleets went to sea and returned handed the cod and vanished. The cats of overfinish resulted in their disappearance and
40,000.
40,000 people lost their source of income. Today, many communities are still strong to recover.
Ok, niña, gracias, Ámbar. Now listen to it.
Overfishing has severe consequences for humans, too. In Africa, the decline of fish known for eating disease-causing insects has been linked to an increased incidence of illness. There are also economical disadvantages, like those seen in Newfoundland, Canada. Cod fishing was the main trade in this province, but in 1992, fleets went to sea and returned empty-handed. The cod had vanished. Decades of overfishing resulted in their disappearance, and 40,000 people lost their source of income. Today, many communities are still struggling to recover.
Ok,